Let's connect to the firewall now. This firewall, okay? Let me access the console session of this device. Plugging the console cable to the firewall. Okay, now I'm connected to what? H firewall. Okay, let's say enable. Where is the password? Test. Don't know the password. Forget it. Or maybe I don't know. So what should I do? I have to recover the password. How could I recover it? Let me show you the steps that you need to follow to recover the password of the Cisco 5500 series ASA virus. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing what you need to do is you have to turn it off and turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Okay, escape, press escape, okay. Escape, escape. Now the boot process is interrupted. Yeah. I'm on the robot mode. Look at it. Okay. So the task what I need to do here is uh, let's check the configuration register setting. Okay, by typing the command conreg. Okay, now check this one. It says what? 00001. Okay, let's record it. How many zeros? It's hexadecimal value. How many zeros are the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 6, 0, 4. Okay. Do you wish to change this configuration? The default is what? In the scope bracket N, which is no. So I want to change the boot behavior of the default configuration. Okay. That means I want to recover the password. So to recover the password, since the password is stored in the configuration file, I have to tell to the switch to bypass what? The configuration information. Okay. So to change the configuration register to bypass the configuration information, you have to say yes here. Okay. Say yes. Okay. Cross enter. Enable boots. Enable boot from mode. No, I don't want. Okay. Say no. No. Whenever the firewall is started, I don't want it to go into the remote mode. Okay. Say no. Do you want to do the FTP net boot? No. Okay. Enable flash boot? No. Default configuration. It must use the default configuration. Okay. So disable system configuration. Okay. What does it mean? I have to tell to the firewall to bypass what? The configuration information. So you have to say here, yes. Okay. So, yes, if that boot fails, no, enable passing in the VRAM file, press into auto boot mode. No. No. Okay. Now the current configuration register is here. Okay, the previous one was 0001. The current is 000 6 zeros. Look at here. Okay. 40. Now the configuration summary, boot from on, ignore system configuration. Okay. So now you are telling to the firewall to ignore what? the configuration information. Is that right? Okay. So the next thing what we need to do is we have to boot the firewall manually. Say boot. Now it is loading the operating system. The platform is 55 something. 10, sorry. It's booting. Okay, now look at here. This is the default configuration. Okay, say enable. So what is the password here? The default password for the enable is MPT. Okay, now we are in the privileged access mode. Okay, so in this privileged mode, you have to tell to the firewall to load the configuration information from the startup config to the running config or the RAM. Okay, so the command that you must use is copy startup config to the RAM for the system. Okay. Now the destination file name is what? Running config in the default in the square bracket. Okay. So I want it to load the config to the running config. Say enter. Now the configuration is here. Okay. So go to the global configuration mode, change the host name, HQ, decenter, main distribution area 02 since it is in the cabinet 02. Okay. The name of this device is internal H firewall 01. Okay. So let's say enter. Okay. So why we are here, why we followed or we use this password recovery process? Because we forget the enable password. Okay. So let's configure the enable password by using the command enable password. Now set the password. You can make it Cisco, you can make it any password that meets complexity requirement. Okay. 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 Now what I need to do is to apply the change. You have to save it. Okay. Now we are in the privileged mode of the firewall. Is that right? Okay. Let's see the current configuration information. Okay. First, let's check the version of the iOS. Show version, the ASA firewall. Okay. So now let's look at here. Sorry. The version is Cisco iOS 8.02. This is a system. Yeah, here it is. This is a operating system. ASA 02.25. Okay. It is in the partition or on the disk 0. Okay. So let's see some of the the licenses and the configuration. Look out here. How many interfaces does it have? It does have 4 LAN interfaces and 1 management interface. Okay. It is for management traffic only, like I say in MEP. Okay. So the maximum number of VLAN supported is 100. Okay. The license that we have, what allowed is failover. It is active. It can be configured in the failover mode. Okay. The triple DS is enabled. So we do have the security plus license. Okay. Now look at the current configuration. It is what? 0.40. Okay. This means it tells the switch what? The firewall to bypass whenever it reboots. It tells the firewall to bypass a configuration information. Okay. So we set this configuration register value to recover the password. Okay. So we have to return it back to the default. Okay. The default what we recorded here previously was, let's see what was the What is it? Yes. Global configuration mode, config T, configuration register, configure register. Okay. Config register. It must be hexadecimal. 0, 1. Okay. Okay. Check. Let's write it first. Check the change, show button. Okay. The configuration register default to this one. When you reboot it, it will be changes to what? The default one. Okay. Now, let me take you to the